Hello everyone! Before we get started today, I want to give a big shout out to Shardik Art. Shardik is the single artist I've worked with the longest on this channel. They've done the most work for me, and I'm always blown away by it. They've given me some of my best thumbnails ever, and their prices are incredibly solid. I just wanted to give a shout out to Shardik and hope to send some of you guys their way because if you're looking to commissioning some art, maybe OCs, maybe Transformers, maybe some other series, I think that Shardik is a wonderful person to go to, especially if you're going for more of that oil painting look, which I think is so unique. It's something that stands out so much to other fan artists, especially currently. And on top of that, I do want to point out that you can get in contact with them through Instagram, through Blue Sky. I'm going to have all their contact information down below. But just to show off some of the things they've done for me, they did my favorite thumbnail of all time. They made me my Proud 2 thumbnail, which is just incredible. I'm biased, though. My favorite's always going to be the Alita 1 with the coffee mug. By the way, Shardik's the one who came up with the coffee mug. I just asked for Alita 1 in a business suit. Shardik was the one who came up with the idea of Alita 1's shoulders ripping out of the shirt. Just a lot of fun and care, and it made this so much better than I thought it could be, even. But of course, the best one in terms of, I think, a lot of people saying which one's the best one, I think the most popular one with you guys is Shardik's take on G1 Inferno being trapped inside the head of Beast Wars Inferno. I, of course, use this for the many toys of Beast Wars Inferno. It is still just as amazing today as it was then. And it is, these make up the best thumbnails on my entire channel. I like my toy editing. They don't match to this. And I mean no disrespect to Oscar NJ Boy, or Weaponized Toy Car, or Rena Varka, or Zamizam. All their stuff is amazing too. But like I said, Laura's been here the longest. Laura's done the most work for me. And I always love what they produce. I have 2 thumbnails for 2 videos getting worked on right now, both by Shardik, because I think their quality of work is just that sharp. But again, if you would like to commission Shardik Art, we got the prices right here. I'll have the contact information down below, and please reach out, because I think that you're going to be able to make some really amazing stuff with Shardik. But, of course, you came here for the toy news, so let's get into it. Sightings this week. We are starting to find Cyber Glow Megatron. This is the deluxe Earthspark Megatron with glow-in-the-dark plastic. No one knows what that means right now. I'm going to assume that the gray is going to be glow-in-the-dark. But until we start seeing reviews, I guess we're just not going to see what parts of it actually light up. This is kind of cool. You kind of have to look in the corner, look up to the top right. You're going to notice that there is sightings of the Target-exclusive Perceptor with Ramhorn. Also, Cyberworld Scorponok is coming out. And then if you look towards the left middle, there's Transformers Earthspark Optimus with the trailer. I didn't even know that was coming out, but hey, Earthspark is still somehow producing stuff, even though Cyberworld is here to absolutely body them. So, good on them. I'm glad they're still sticking around. There's also this. People are starting to find the Commander-class Hook and Long Haul. So if you're trying to build up Devastator, that's a good thing to keep an eye out for. Now, this looks like a hostage photo, but I swear, people are starting to find the Devastation 2-pack. I forget what they're calling this, but it's just the Ground Soldier and the Secret Elite from Devastation. I'm hoping they're going to do another 2-pack that's going to have the Ground Soldier Commander, the yellow Runabout Runamilk repaint, and then do the other purple Seeker, because this gray one is supposed to be the leader of the Seeker squads, and that blue Viacon is supposed to be the foot soldier. The yellow one leads him. So there is another 2-pack potential that you could do here, and I would like to get this 2-pack. So I'm going to see, just because I really like this mold, and I really like this Seeker, and I adore Devastation. So I'll see if I can ever track it down. DevCon is starting to be spotted. If you're in the mood for an Autobot bounty hunter, you might be able to find him at Target. There's also some third-party talk about this week, mostly DNA Design. Well, I say mostly, entirely DNA Design. So they are working on that Transformers Godzilla crossover, and this is actually really cool. you can see they've actually kind of redeemed the Grimlock mode in that it actually does look more like Godzilla now, and then they've given him more weapons. It still doesn't look good, but it does look better. But the one that I think they actually did a great job on is Optimus. You can see they gave him Kiryu's weapons, and this toy is supposed to be referencing Kiryu, but they didn't think to actually give Optimus the iconic parts of the silhouette. So now at least he has the shoulder guns and the arm cannons, which also makes him look a little bit like Armada Optimus, which is cool. For anyone who doesn't know who Kiryu is, that's Mechagodzilla from the Millennium series of films. He's the one that's in Tokyo SOS, and I think it's Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Kiryu is one of the best versions of Mechagodzilla. Those two are some of the best Godzilla movies ever. So it's nice to actually see this idea done a little bit better. Still not great. Better than the Godzilla, though. So I'll give them that. Official reveals. There's actually been quite a bit this week. So for one, yeah, let's talk about it. So he wasn't in the mini toys of SEASPRAY, but we do know that the Walmart Retro SEASPRAY is coming out, and he looks fine. He looks perfectly solid. I think he's a heavy remold of Cosmos. I might be super crazy, but I'm just like looking at his internal bits and how his transformation seems to work. I think he's a remold of Cosmos, which is pretty cool, actually. I don't need this. I'm pretty happy with my Titans Return SEASPRAY. Maybe if I ever just walked across this guy. I do think the toy colors look better than any potential cartoon colors. I'm going to assume that we're going to get cartoon color SEASPRAY before too long. But for anyone out there who's just chomping at the bit for SEASPRAY, for people like Tax Evader or Sammy Sinner, I hope that this SEASPRAY is going to be scratching that itch for you. There's also supposedly renders of the Retro Brawn. That's not fully confirmed. These have just been leaked. I like the head. I like the colors. I was really hoping that they were going to change the mold to get more of G1 Brawn's proportions from the toy. That's just not here. And, this is fine, but you could have gone so much further if you're going to do the toy design, because the toy design for Brawn is so weird in G1. So, this is a Hong Kong exclusive, but they're doing what they're calling the Battle Damage Studio Series 86 Optimus. You can see it's just Optimus with a little bit of a paint wash. And, it looks good. I wouldn't call this battle damaged. It just looks a little bit better painted. But, it's there if you want to go to Hong Kong and try to get a better looking Studio Series 86 Optimus. Also, Studio Series 86 Megatron, still looking absolutely great. It's kind of weird that his legs are gray instead of black, but I'm not going to get too upset about that because this toy still looks so good. I can't wait to get this. I think this is going to be like a Megatron for the ages. Also, we got a better look at the Yellow Park Ghost Starscream. He looks fine. Perfectly okay. But just to further invalidate the many toys of Starscream, we now have the official reveal of Cyberworld Starscream. And he's following the same outline of all the other Cyberworld figures. So, ball joint hips, articulated knees, nothing in the elbow, ball joint shoulder. Pretty simple transformation. I don't think we've actually seen what the jet looks like yet, which is weird. Just based on the forward-facing wings, I'm going to assume he's going to look just a little bit like animated Starscream in terms of shape. And then, of course, G1 Starscream in terms of color. But, yeah, this looks fine. Very par for the course for the Cyberworld line. Earthspark Cosmos. Our boy got revealed. I know that's not an ice cream cone he's holding, but God, doesn't it look like he's just holding an ice cream cone. And look at this, in his UFO mode, he's just barely peeking over the side like, hey guys, hey, is everything okay? I love this Cosmos. He killed Earthspark, he did, he ruined the show and ended this toy line, and there's no guarantee he's even going to get distributed all that well, but God, am I glad you exist. You stupid, stupid man. This is pretty cool. There's supposedly a leak for the next wave of blockies. I've not covered it just because we've had so much to talk about in the news videos that I didn't want to talk about potential leaks for blockies. But one of the things they supposedly mentioned was part of the Galaxy version of the next wave is going to be the severed head of Unicron. And this has leaked. It's all translucent plastic. it looks pretty cool. I don't know if this looks like Blockies, though. I don't think it does. I think this just looks like Unicron's head. It's not really in the style of Blockies. Maybe it is, and maybe I'm super wrong. But at least right now, I'm still taking this with a big grain of salt. The only reason I'm even mentioning it is because there's actually a toy here. If this had just been the listing, I wasn't going to touch it because this new wave, if it is real, I'm excited because it's so different. But because it's so different, I'm also thinking maybe it's not real at all because they have weird pics in that supposed leaked wave. For instance, we're going to get Nas robot mode, but not the SharkTicon mode. We're going to be getting Unicron's head, supposedly. So I'm going to hold off for now, talking about the next wave of Blockies, because I don't necessarily trust the leak listing. But even still, this is here, and if it is real, I think it's cool. This was the big news of the week for me, though. Alita 1 finally in the Classic Heroes team, because she is a classic hero. She's a goddamn American hero. Stand up and salute the flag, the Alita 1 flag, which is also probably the lesbian flag because very similar colors. But yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for this. I like the rescue bots. I have a tiny collection of them. And you better believe I'll buy Alita 1. And I want to say this. My Discord server was making fun of Alita 1's head, saying that she looked a little bit like Bumblebee. Well, I'm going to say this right now, my Discord server. I'm going to ban you for Alita 1 slander. There is no Alita 1 slander in the Ron Bond to John Nation. We are all behind Alita 1. We're going to continue pushing Alita 1 until she gets her rightful place as the main character of this franchise. And if you stand in my way, so help me God. I don't know. The head is weird. It is very strange. It's not very Alita 1. It is very similar to Bumblebee. At the same time, I'm fine with it. I'm still going to buy it because it's Alita 1, and I have an idiot. I'm an idiot with an issue. If it's a scrapper or an Alita 1, I'm always going to buy it. But that gets to the end of the toy news. So what's coming up, what's coming out? Many Toys of Scrapper. Speak of the devil, we were just talking about Scrapper. But the Many Toys of Scrapper will be coming out on Friday. I'm so excited for this one. And I had to commission art for him because it just felt right to get him a special thumbnail. Rena Varka is working on that one for me. Can't wait to see it fully finished. And then also the Many Toys of Moonracer will be coming out on Sunday. The reason Many Toys of Moonracer will be on Sunday is because on the first Friday of August, we're finally going to do the Many Toys of Powerglide. He's been such a popular request. It felt right to do Moonracer first and kind of see that as a lead-in to Powerglide. But I want to thank my producers, Oscar, NJ Boy, and Confish, always holding me down. Thank you so much for keeping me afloat. Thank you to Sinan and Incinerator. Thank you guys again for always being here and, showing respect for Alita 1. Sinan was the only one who came to Alita 1's defense, and I respect that for you, Sinan. Thank you. Silvershot and God Empress Music, thank you guys so much for always being here. And then, of course, Delinquent and Cool Colin 17, always holding down this fort, always trying to keep this train a-moving. And then Angel and Sam, wow! Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to support me on Patreon, for $1 you get access to my Discord server Moonbase 1. For $5 you get to watch videos early and download videos directly from me. And for $10 you'll become a producer, wind up at the end of the video just like I did here. But thank you everyone so much for watching, and hey, we'll see what we get up to next time.